All right, so we're going to go through and we're going to put them in order. If you've got them wrong, fix them. All right, so McCullough versus Maryland should be the first thing you have. I will tell you, you do need to know that was first. Okay. Gibbons versus Ogden comes next. Then you have Dred Scott versus Sanford. I did have a group point out that that wasn't an equivalent either. You learned that in U.S. history. Remember, that was the slave. You looked at it. Did that seem familiar? Okay. Reconstruction era in general and all the things that come along with it. Then we have the Progressive Era regulations. I know that you spent so much time on that in U.S. history. So think 16th, 17th Amendment. Think about all the worker protections, all of those voting things like referendum and petition, and etc. Then we have all that New Deal legislation. Then the Heart of Atlanta Motel versus the U.S. Just fix them. You'll have plenty of time, you guys. Expansion of Medicaid, Medicare and Medicaid. Then we have that time period of new federalism and devolution. While you don't need to know dates, it would be wise for you to know that that's the 80s. Because we associate that with Ronald Reagan, and you kind of need to know that connection. At that same time period, shortly after, we have an important court case, U.S. versus Lopez. That was the one I discussed earlier about the guns. Then we have the Unfunded Mandates Reform Act. This is in your reading. Progressive federalism, which is where we are now, which is kind of like a cop-out way of saying, well, we do a little bit of everything. And then, most recently, the Arizona versus the U.S. case. Okay? How'd you do? You okay? Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take some time and create a timeline with the event.